Alrighty, let's just jump right into the video. For moisturizer today, I'll be using the Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer today because I'm a little bit dry because it's winter right now and I live in Iowa. It's pretty cold there. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my moisturizer in my cheek, my nose, my upper lips, and my chin, and as well my neck because my neck is a little bit dry because we have to show the neck some love. A lot of people forget to moisturize their neck. They put a lot of effort in their face but forgot about the neck. You need to take care of your neck as well. And then for foundation today, I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color 370 mixed with the foundation Kat Von D Lacquer Deep 79. That's for the color. I didn't have the bottle to show you guys what the foundation looks like, but I'm using the Kat Von D Lacquer foundation in the color Deep 79 Neutral. That's the foundation I'll be using for today. And then I'll be mixing both of them in the back of my hand, as you could see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and draw a little dot on my face. I'm gonna use a concealer brush to apply the concealer that I use to apply my the concealer that I apply to do my eyebrows, the same one that I use to apply my foundation. Just because I like to do little dot, I put it in the back of my hand first, and then I just put it on my face. That's just personal preference. I know some people that's just jump straight with the beauty blender or the brush with that, but I prefer to just put the foundation in the back of my hand and to make little dot on my face. Personal preference. And for brush today to blend out my foundation, I'll be using the Real Technique foundation brush just so that I could blend my foundation. I didn't know where I put it, as you can see. Now that I have it, I'm gonna go ahead and use that brush to blend out my foundation. And it takes me a very long time to blend my foundation because I like my foundation to be very good. Want it to be super blended. Personal preference again. We're just gonna blend, 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 blend. You know, the typical thing you have to blend. And as you can see, I feel like that my foundation is coming off as a little bit orange on camera, but it really matches my skin tone. I don't know why it's coming up as brown or as orange. But the foundation fit my skin tone perfectly because I got a match for the foundation before purchasing it because I know it's my color. And then when I apply my foundation, I like to bring it down my neck. I know a lot of people do that, and some people forget to. It's not that they don't want to do it, they just forget to. And as you can see, I put it even in the back of my head almost, because I do not like when my face and my neck is two different color. You want to blend your foundation that it matches your entire face, because your face and your neck should be the same color. You don't want your face to be dark and then your neck light, or vice versa. I'm just blending, and then for that process I'm just gonna speed through it just because it takes forever to blend. Nobody have time to wait and watch me blend my foundation. No one wants to wait for that. So as you can see, I'm blending and blending. Blending is the key component to applying your makeup. If you don't want to walk around with stroke line in your face, or your neck is different color, or you forget to do your hairline, your nose, I'm zooming in so you guys could see up close what my foundation looks like. Even though it looks a little bit orange off camera, but it matched my skin tone perfectly fine. I know I've mentioned this more than one time. I just have to reassure you guys that my foundation matched my skin tone. It just appeared to be orange in camera. And as you can see, we're just blending, blending, and blending, and blending. Blending on your neck, hairline, under my jawline. You see, I even bring it to my collarbone just so everything could match, because I'm wearing a shirt. It's not showing it's a bender shirt. So you want to blend it. And then for concealer today, I'll be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Before I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, what I'm using right now, I don't like when makeup get on my lips. It's just, I do not like it. So I like to clean it to make sure that there is no foundation on my lips. And then I'm going to wipe the back of my hand to remove the concealer. And then now I'm going to use some Call Max. I think it's called Max or Call Max. I don't know what the pronunciation is. I'm going to go ahead and apply some on my lips because my lips is very chapped. We need the moisturizer on our lips because it's very cold. And someone texted me, of course. And then for concealer, I'll be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn GC983. That is the concealer I am wearing. I'm gonna just do a little triangle and upside down triangle because we have to look cute, because we have to remove all our underline mess. So I'm just gonna squirt it, put some concealer under my eyes, you know, typical highlighting stuff. And I put a lot of concealer just because I have a lot of eye bag. I don't know why, a girl just do have a lot of eye bags. I'm doing in, as you can see, in both of my under eyes. You don't want to forget one. No one will forget, but I just feel like you don't want that to happen. And I'm gonna put my highlighter on my cupid bow, my chin, my nose bridge, my forehead, all that good stuff. Because, you know, we gotta put concealer everywhere just because I like when under my eyes is bright and then the outer part of my face is just so dark. It just makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like a bronze goddess. Excuse me. It makes me feel like a bronze goddess. We want to be bronze, you know. And I apply a lot of foundation. I apply a lot of concealer and foundation. I go through my concealer very quickly because I go ham when it comes to highlighting. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a clean beauty blender. You hear, a clean beauty blender, because a lot of time I know people don't wash their beauty blender before using it. I'm gonna use a spray, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water. It's for prepping, setting, and refreshing. I spray it to my beauty blender, which was a poor choice of me doing that. One thing I realized when I wash my beauty blender before doing my makeup, my beauty blender is so soft and easy. I could just blend my product because it's just not hard. But my beauty blender was a little bit hard right now, so it wasn't easy for me to blend it, but it still did the job. And I zoom in for you guys to see up close because you gotta see what a girl is doing. And then as I was blending, I realized that this beauty blender is not doing it for me. It's so hard. I was debating whether or not I should switch it to my other beauty blender that I had just watched so I could do that video. So I decided to switch my beauty blender after I blend my forehead, and I'm rushing this process because it's taking forever. So I decided to switch my beauty blender, and I purchased this one at Forever 21. It was only $3.90 instead of paying for one at MAC. That's like $20. I feel like, personally speaking, I feel like if you wash your beauty blender each time that you use it, it gets softer and then it's easier to blend, and it's very nice to do. And then for setting powder today, I'll be using the Airspun Loose Face Powder. That's the one I'm using in the color Translucent Extra Coverage, because you have to set under your eyes, because I'm very oily. If I don't set my makeup and I start to crease after a couple hours, nothing that I hate more than my face look like a grease ball. We don't want that. We don't want that. I go ham with my powder. I set my face a lot. Personal preference. Sometimes I do feel my face feel a little bit cakey, but I don't care as long as my makeup can last all day long. And then after I finished setting my face, I realized my face was a little bit too white. To bring some color under my eyes, what I used the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the color medium 25. This powder is more of a darker color. I feel like it make my face look a little bit less light. I do like my face to be bright, but I just don't like when my powder is too bright under my eyes and I feel very ghostly. So I just like to go with the darker powder to just make it a bit tamer. We don't want to be too bright. We don't want to be too boring. We want to be just the right amount of fun. And then I go ahead and I set everywhere on my face with that powder, just because personal preference. And then for contouring, I don't have a stick contour. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find a foundation that's like at least 4 shades darker than me. And then I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation in the color 380 Espresso. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that foundation in the same brush that I used to put my foundation. I'm just going to put some on my brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and contour my jawline, contour the hollow of my cheekbone, my forehead, as you could see. You see, I kind of make a fish face to find the hollow of my cheekbone, because sometimes I feel like it's a bit hard to find. Just because. And then what I'm gonna do to contour my nose, I'm gonna like squeeze the brush and just run it down the bridge of my nose to just give me a little bit of a pointy nose, because our nose ain't cute. We just want a little bit of a pointy nose. And then as you can see, I'm still blending my powder, because my contour, just because I don't want my contour to be too harsh, but I still want my contour to be noticed. I want people to see I'm wearing makeup. I'm not a natural girl. We don't do anything natural in my channel. I want full glam, full beats. I want to be beat to the god. And as I was trying to do my makeup, and I realized I have a nasty hair on my what's that called, on my chin. It was so disgusting. I grabbed my tweezer, boom, and we pull it, and we like, bye bye. 2019 for mustache or facial hair. We don't have that in 2020. New year, new face, you know? So dumb. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead with the Maybelline New York Soda Pop eyeshadow palette in the color 110. And as you can see, I use everything from Maybelline because I feel like Maybelline is the best drugstore out there. It's just personal preference. And then for the color, for the brown shade that you're seeing on my eyelid, I'm using the color Root Beer to just do that part. It's just personal preference. And then for my shimmer, I use a different eyeshadow palette, and I didn't purchase that on for Maybelline. It comes from Amazon. It's called Twilight Dust Palette. You can be, I don't know if that's the pronunciation. And then for my eyelid, I use the color Eden for that. It's a golden shimmer thing. That's what I use for my eyelid. And I rush that process just because I'm not really good at doing eyeshadow yet, so I choose not to. And then what I'm doing right there, I do have a birthmark, not a birthmark, a beauty mark on my nose. After I do my makeup, it disappears sometimes. I just like to put it back because I feel like if I don't have it, I'm missing part of me. Maybe being dramatic. And after I finish, I decided to pop my wig, do a little bit of cute thing, and my, I don't know what that is. This is a bandana. I decided to do something cute with it because I didn't show that part because I don't know how to install wig yet. So I do it off camera. After I'm done with it, and then here's my outfit. And we look cute. You know what I mean? We look cute. And rock it, girl. Rock it. Work it, girl. Work it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye-bye now. See you next time.